Hey guys, Dr. Mike here. Just wanted to go over how we as an office view pain and view injury. There's kind of this mysterious aura surrounding joint pain and injuries, and I want to give you kind of an insight on what causes pain and where our areas of opportunity are in order to kind of get rid of pain. So we as human beings, right, we all have a capacity, right? It's a very arbitrary line here, and we all experience loads on a day-to-day basis. So load is a stressor, physical, emotional, you name it, right? It's your fish dying, it's a tough day at work, it's triple Fran, right? So as long as we can keep our loads underneath our capacity, right, we're going to experience no pain. Put a little smiley face there, because that's obviously what we want. We want to kind of exist in this pain-free state. When our loads exceed our capacity, we experience pain. Frowny face. Right? So, the issue is when I wake up on a day-to-day basis, when you wake up on a day-to-day basis, when humans in general wake up on a day-to-day basis, there are already 3 loads that we experience the second we wake up, right? They never go away. Right? The first one is previous injuries. Another way we can kind of look at this is wear and tear, right? You can imagine, over the course of a lifetime, we have some wear and tear doing CrossFit. We have some wear and tear running marathons, right? Our knees, our ankles, our hips, things like that. We have sprained ankles, right? We have torn ACLs. We have herniated discs in our back, right? These previous injuries add up, and they're a load, right? Every time we injure ourselves, there is a percentage of tissue change that is irreversible, right? Your joints are not the same at 5 years old as they are at 55 years old. It's just a fact. Okay, next thing we look at is stress, diet, and sleep. Okay? How well are we managing our stress? How good is our diet, both from a how much are we eating standpoint and how good of quality of food that we're consuming? And sleep, right? Are we getting enough sleep? Are we getting quality sleep? And this is kind of, exists on a continuum from absolutely ideal to absolutely terrible, right? This terrible is like Hot Pockets and Monster energy drinks, staying up till 4 a.m, playing Call of Duty, and in the meantime, your wife is pregnant and your job sucks and things like that, right? This is, 10 hours of sleep a night, perfectly counted macros, all of our micronutrients are in order. We get a massage twice a week, we meditate, we go into the float tank, things like that. Nobody really exists in this perfect spot. Most of us are kind of clustered in here, and that the more terrible you are at this, right, the bigger this box gets, the more ideal you are, the smaller this box gets. Okay. Next thing we look at is soft tissue restriction. Another way we can kind of think of this is our flexibility or mobility, right? What is the abilities of our muscles, ligaments, tendons, nerve to slide, glide past each other, things like that, right? Can I touch my toes? Can I get my heel to my butt, right? The less flexible I am, the more soft tissue restriction I have, the bigger this box gets, right? You can imagine that somebody who's very bound up is more at risk for joint health, okay? So now we take a look at these 3 boxes and we think, man, this is just what I wake up with on a day-to-day basis. So theoretically, if I woke up in the morning, stared at the ceiling for 12 hours and went back to sleep at night, I would experience no pain, right? I'm underneath this capacity. This box would probably be a little bit smaller because I'd be getting a lot of sleep and my stress wouldn't be high, but you get the point. So now, right, I wake up like this. We got to take care of some things around the house. Right, we'll just say life, general life here. Right, I have to brush my teeth, I have to take the dog out, I have to get my kids ready for school in the morning, things like that. Now I go to work. Some days this box will be massively big, some days this box will be small. It just depends on certain variables. Now I get to the gym, right? Say the workout is very non-offensive. something like running intervals, right? Maybe I'm a little bit irritated. I'm just a hair above this capacity. But then I finish my workout. I'm like most CrossFitters. I'm like most people who are striving for greater health and fitness. I'm going to do something else. Right? I'm going to squat. Ouch. Squatting hurts. I have exceeded my capacity with squatting. So a lot of people, right, and this is where we feel we're different as a practice. A lot of people, a lot of doctors will say, well, squatting hurts. Just stop squatting. It's not a big deal, right? Yeah, it is a big deal. Because what ends up happening is these red boxes are needs and wants. Right? We want to run, we want to squat, we need to work, we need to manage our lives. Right? The black boxes, these are pre-existing conditions. So, in an ideal world, we get rid of black boxes so we can have more room for red boxes. Okay, so where can we kind of go in there? Where's our areas of opportunity here? The first one, previous injuries. Not going to change, right? Can't change the fact that I sprained my ankle when I was 13, or separated my shoulder, or tore an ACL, or this or that, right? I don't have a time machine. If I did, I probably wouldn't go back and fix everybody's previous injuries. There's probably historical things that I would look to change before somebody tearing their ACL. Stress, diet, and sleep. There is an area of opportunity here. Is it our specialty as a practice? Is it my specialty as a doctor? Probably not. But things like classic chiropractic would theoretically reduce stress. Things like acupuncture would theoretically reduce stress. Things like massage would theoretically reduce stress. We have people who come into the clinic and they get dietary counseling and it gets them out of pain, right? Dietary counseling helps this. General sleep hygiene, sleeping more helps this. So there are areas of opportunity here, even in the medical field, right? As I said, acupuncture, massage, things like that. When a massage gets you out of pain, it's because they're making this box smaller, right? When acupuncture gets you out of pain, they're making this box smaller. When we go on vacation and it gets us out of pain, it's because this box becomes smaller. So let's say we do reduce this box 15%, right? With general lifestyle changes. Now, really, our big area of opportunity is going to be soft tissue restriction. And this is where a quality healthcare professional can go in, find where you're restricted, and induce length, right? Whether that's with ART or manual adhesion release or whatever technique you use to measure a range of motion, affect that range of motion, and it stays affected, we're good there, right? So let's say we go in and we knock out that soft tissue restriction. And if you hear somebody say, we're going to knock out all your soft tissue restriction in one visit, they're probably BSing you, right? This takes time with whatever modality you so choose, right? So now we knock that soft tissue restriction box off. And I stack life, I stack work, I stack a running wad, and I stack a squatting wad, right? Boom, we're feeling good. Now, some people, right, me, myself included, we're gonna say, oh, I squatted fine, well, I'm gonna go on a cal strength cycle and see if I can really improve my squat or clean and jerk. Or I'm going to try to increase this running box because I want to do a Spartan race. Or I just want to simply get off the couch and start walking. Now I add another big box here. For me, I'll put Oli lifting. And ouch, I'm in pain again. So what else can we do? Right, there's not much room to change here. Yeah, we can de-stress, but another thing that we can do is, right, we can drive this capacity up by testing, assessing weaknesses from a joint health standpoint. Can you see that in there? Yeah, you can see that. So assessing weaknesses from a joint health standpoint and getting rid of those weaknesses will therefore increase our capacity. So now look what's happened over the course of A, treatment, B, joint health programming. Is where you used to, let's make it green here. We used to only have this much room for needs and wants. We then gave us this much room for needs and wants by really treating soft tissue restrictions. And now we get strong in certain planes of motion, we shore up our weaknesses, and we have that much room for needs and wants, right? What this is freedom. This is an enabling of whatever lifestyle you want to live, right? Our goal is for you to be able to do what you want on a day-to-day basis without pain, right? You're going to pass out in your Cheerios, right? You're going to fall asleep eating because you've stacked so many loads, but you're not going to be in pain. Does that make sense? So you're going to be so exhausted that you can't possibly exceed your capacity in a day-to-day basis being a responsible human being. Okay? And that's really it. That's how we look at pain. That's how you get out of pain. And yeah, more videos to come.